Hey y'all, welcome to My Way Mysteries, the channel that brings you multi-dimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expansive point of view and that they're not for a specific time, but should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. I hope you guys had a great Mother's Day. Those of you who have kids, I hope that you were showered with love and gifts. And those of you whose mothers have passed, I hope that it gave you a moment of nice memories, and even though you may be a bit sad, I hope that you could feel the presence of your mother figure around you and that you also felt loved and cherished. And if you felt anything outside of that, book a reading so we can work through your emotions, because we are not gonna allow you to feel the same way every Mother's Day. Okay, we're gonna work through them things. Okay, cool. So the reading is called Eden, the Inner World. Hey. So today we're gonna speak about your inner world, which is actually Eden, which apparently a lot of y'all got kicked out of because y'all don't know how to act. And being without your inner world is quite troublesome, because then you depend a lot on the outer world, which means that you depend a lot on other people's opinions or idea or perspective about you in order to build who you are. And like Robert Greene says, that will make you weak. That makes you very, very weak. There is a serious need for you to connect yourself back to your inner world. I'm not going to say there's a need for you to build your inner world. Your inner world is there. It's not dismantled. You just got kicked out of it, like I said, because you don't know how to act. But it's weird because of all the things I tell you also, like on this channel, like the things that I'm helping you with, be it helping you align with your truest self and all that. But even with like the readings that I do for you, it's to make the veil between you and your inner world thinner and thinner. One of the things that I do on this channel is to connect you to your inner world. That's the only place where you're able to build your avatar, where you're able to build who you want to be, where you get to get visions that are basically you manifesting. All of that happens in your inner world. And if you do not have that link, that connection to an inner world, if I say inner world and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, then we have serious problems. We've got serious problems. It's just come to my attention that there's a lot of you that don't receive communication from your guides or from your ancestors. And it's not that you don't receive it, but you're not able to perceive. You're not able to perceive that communication, and that's because of the lack of connection to your inner world, to your Eden. So this reading is going to be talking about that. Maybe I'll do an actual tarot reading at the end. And yeah. So remember how I was like, oh, I miss tarot and I'm gonna get into that. Yo, guys, my people are like, So that's for another thing. I'm actually gonna at some point do workshops and teach tarot. And I'll let you guys know when that opens up. You all should let me know if you would be interested in that. But either way, that's where the path is going. I'm going to be teaching tarot. I'm going to be doing some workshops that will include like a package. We'll have some videos that are basically going through the entire tarot deck. And not only that, but also just because it's one thing to know tarot, like to know what does the Fool mean, what does the High Priestess mean, what does the Empress mean, what does the Emperor mean. But at some point, the cards start speaking to you. So there's also a need for that. And I understand why this is coming up in this reading, because cards speaking to you, that goes through your inner world. Your inner world has to be open. Like, you have to have a connection to your inner world in order to hear the cards speak to you, which is the same as getting guidance from your guardian angel, from your ancestors, from your star family, from your Orisha. A lot of you are not receiving certain signs that you want. You're not receiving certain communications, certain confirmations, and it's because of this inner world. I be doing readings and people be like, oh, how come I'm connected to Hathor? How come Hathor didn't come through? I'm connected to Orisha. How come Orisha didn't come through? Boo, why doesn't Orisha come through when you're sitting by yourself? Because your inner world it's dark. It's black. Like, it's, and when I say that, I don't mean it's evil or whatever. I mean, it's filled with, it's a world that you have no understanding on. It's a world where you don't have perspective into that world. It's literally another world. It's the outer worlds for you. And there's like, there's a need for you guys to shed some light into that world so that you're able to perceive your signs that you receive from your guides, so that you're able to perceive your own communication from your ancestors, so that when you sit down for a consultation and someone says, it's like this, you can be like, is it though? Is it? Because, like, listen, I get it, right? I'm here doing this consult because I can't do the whole conversation, but I know enough to know that it ain't like that. Imagine someone telling you your ancestors are angry at you because or whatever. And, like, you know that wena abantu bakho abahlabi nokuhlaba bayakhuleka, abantu baye emanzini. It's people that require you to go to the river to go communicate with the waters. By the way, it's funny that is coming up. A lot of you are due for your seasonal cleanse that involves water. If you live close to the sea or to a beach, it's important that you go for a swim, make sure that you communicate. If you don't want to go into the water, it's also okay to just sit on the beach. It'll actually work just the same. But this is very much talking to sea water, okay? So I'm not really talking to like your freshwater spirits or your freshwater guides. That's not what I'm talking to. So if you're not near the ocean, I need you to get sea salt and put that in your bath. A lot of you are due for your sea salt cleansing, okay? Completely makes sense. Seasons are changing. It's lit, okay? You've been carrying a lot from the last couple of seasons, and there just needs to be a symbolism of you. There needs to be a symbolism that reflects the fact that you've processed certain emotions, you've processed certain experiences that have happened to you, and you're kind of ready to move on. I'm going to do a reading on winter solstice, because that carries, this winter solstice is deep. Okay, it's carrying a lot for those of you in the southern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, I would advise you to still watch the reading, even though it will specifically be on the winter solstice. But I feel like you will get certain information that will apply to you, okay? Just because you're family, like, within this channel. So it is what it is, right? Okay, cool. Whoa. Yeah, see, I'm getting the Winter King. I'm getting the Winter King. See, I don't even know what that's about. I'm not even gonna lie. But okay, cool. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in the winter solstice reading, okay? So for now, like I said, this be about Eden, your inner world. And yeah, basically, it's so important for you guys to be strengthening that connection. I'd be telling you, light the candle, burn them pepo, or ilona incense, or palo santo, whatever it is. in the area that you're at. These are small ways where you open up communication between you and that which is behind the veil and the world that is behind the veil. Where do you think the world behind the veil is? It's inside you, y'all. It's your inner world. It's your inner world. I'm also getting a lot of starseed. A lot of starseed is wanting to point, not starseed, but star beings are wanting to point out to starseeds that this whole galactic life that you're wanting to connect to, and you keep looking at the stars are only a reflection of your inner world. These beings are not so much coming from other planets, as in like Jupiter and Venus, but Jupiter and Venus are a representation of the other dimensions that these beings are coming from. It's not so much other planets more than it is other dimensions. Other dimensions of what, baby? Other dimensions of you. Okay, other dimensions of you. Up until now, we've spent a really long time working with star beings that are common to the collective, right? So the Arcturians, the Orions, the Andromedans, the Sirians, the Pleiadians, right? All of those. But a lot of star beings that are coming to me, like for the last like 3 months, I don't have names for them. And the ones that I do have like sort of names, I can't even. I cannot. Like the vibration, I'm getting emotional. I even want to cry. The vibration is so high, I can't even say the names. Like, I don't want to say it's not that I'm not allowed, but I can't. Like, if I do, it's almost like I get radiation sickness. And if you know anything about radiation sickness, you know that ain't nobody finna get that shit. I'm literally out here eating mushrooms because I've connected to so many star beings that I'm getting radiation sickness. Like, so it's like it's a part of my journey that I won't lie, it's not easy for me because I cannot stand feeling some sort of unwell, even though I know that like it's not really like sick. It's more like my body calibrating the information that I'm getting and enriching my inner world, right? But yeah, some of you are connected to star families that it's not the Orions, it's not the Andromedans, it's not any of that. And so you're not able to look outside and like be looking on the internet in order to connect to those star beings. There's a serious need for you to nourish your inner world because that's the only place you're getting information, babe. Okay? Okay? Your star family is not on Google. Okay? So the only way that you can connect is through your inner world. The same thing with some of you with Orisha. We've been looking at like the famous Orisha like for the past forever, and the way Orisha is coming up now is that, like I said before, it doesn't want to be divided. It wants to be seen as a unit, as the unit Orisha with all these colors of the rainbow that represent the different aspects of the wholeness. Okay? And so this thing where you want to be like, I'm a child of Shango or I'm a child of Ogun, that is very fast becoming, I wouldn't say outdated, but the Orisha are exposing another dimension, which is making that dimension a lower dimension. It's making that type of connection to Orisha, where you're just the child of Shango or Oshun, it's making it a more lower vibrational connection. They're introducing a higher vibrational connection to Orisha, which is a more holistic Orisha. And yeah, see, you can only get that information if you have a rich inner world. If your inner world is as alive as your outer world. Otherwise, you're gonna keep depending on things like Google or outdated information on YouTube in order to connect to divinity. And it's like, I mean, you always have Zanne, but Zanne encourages you. I'm sorry, speaking in the third person, gross. Gross. I always encourage you to nourish your inner world and be about that vibe. There's another thing that just slipped my mind about this inner world thing. Right. So also another thing where your inner world strengthens you, right? I don't know if you guys ever saw Sandman on Netflix, where him and Morpheus um have to play that game where, you know, one is like, I'm a snake, and the other one is like, I'm a wolf and I tear you apart. And basically, eventually Lucifer gets to, I am the anti-life. And that's basically like, you know, death of all things type of thing, because a lot of you in terms of like spiritual warfare have been sent with that kind of magic, should I call it? Basically, the kind of magic that eats away at your self esteem, eats away at your character, where you wake up feeling like you ain't shit, you're nothing, and so you're not able to come up with new ideas, you're not able to take yourself out of rough situations because you've been hit with the anti life. And Dream wins that competition by saying that he is hope. Now, yes, that's pretty corny and what the fuck, but I'm going to explain to you a translation of this hope thing that he's talking about, right? It's like that's where your inner world comes in. When someone sends you with low vibrational energies, right? Energies that are meant to deplete who you are so that you do not triumph over your problems or succeed in your life. The way in which you are able to beat that is through your inner world. If you do not have an inner world, it's hard for you to beat that. Not just when somebody sends it to you, but when life happens. Sometimes it's not a person that is fucking with your life. Sometimes life is just lifing and it comes with challenges. And the reason why some of you are not able to surpass or get through your challenges is because of the lack of inner world. So you're not able to see past that which is being destroyed in your life. You do not have a place that is bigger than the way you currently see yourself in order to draw from there and understand that you are bigger than what is happening to you right now. It makes it so that you're not able to see past your circumstances, which is essential in this life. It is essential for you to always be able to see past your current circumstances. It's the way in which you handle challenges. That's what amounts to success. If you do not have an inner world, it means you are not able to come up with a version of yourself that is bigger than the version that is being destroyed either by your enemies or withered away at by life. Okay, it's really important. Quick tarot reading. Let's do an oracle reading. Quick oracle reading to close it off. I see why my people are like, why are you so obsessed with this tarot thing? The cards are saying what we just said. Like, how you want to hear it? I get it. Okay, so your inner world, its biggest job is to always notify you that you're not alone. And without an inner world, I can't imagine how alone you feel. Like, I read something that, it was Jessica Winston from House of Hoodoo. Guys, oh my god, go on her Instagram page. This woman is amazing. House of Hoodoo, Jessica Winston. She's a mambo, which is basically a high priestess in the voodoo community. mother. Listen, mother. I don't think Jessica has any biological children, but I actually want to say happy Mother's Day to her because she is mother of the motherfucking nation. Like, she's mother of the community, as far as I'm concerned. Wow. You're not alone. You're not ever meant to be alone. There is no part of this journey that you have ever walked alone, not a single step. Because even though you're not connected right now to your inner world, even though you got kicked out of Eden, there is a way back. And besides the fact that there's a way back, it's there. It's there. They don't talk about how Eden was destroyed. Eden wasn't destroyed. It wasn't like devastated or anything. No, you just got kicked out. You just lost your connection. But that connection can be rebuilt. That bridge can be rebuilt. And it's important for you to do that. Otherwise, you're going to be writing stupid comments under my page talking about how, somebody wrote a comment about, just so we're clear that I'm not talking about everybody. Someone wrote a comment talking about how they've been waiting for God and God hasn't answered their prayer. That's what the channel is for. I don't understand how you can come here and get all pissed under that's what the channel is for. It's to help you build that connection so that you're not sitting there waiting for a God that you don't even know, that you don't even understand. So that you're not out there talking to a God where you have to beg because this God is a stranger. You don't know who this God is. What is that? What is that? And then you want to be out here talking about you've been waiting for God. God ain't done nothing. Who are you? Who are you? You're not alone, nor have you ever been alone. But because of how things have worked, because of how we kind of degenerated and had to get kicked out of Eden, it's necessary for you to find your way back. It's necessary for you to rebuild that bridge. But that world is there. It ain't going anywhere. It's your inner world. It actually makes up your external world. So listen, y'all be thinking I be fucking around. This card says, grow within your current situation, which for me translates into go within. Within your current situation, go within, and through that, you will find a way out because your guides are waiting for you on the other side of the veil to show you the path that you cannot see. Ooh, my. Okay. See beyond your current situation. I mean, this is Zanne telling you, see beyond your... okay. I mean, come on. So that's what I have for you guys. If that resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a reading, all the information is in the description box. Lots of love, guys, always.